Let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. What will you do without freedom? They may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom!
I was the best because the crowd loved me. And the crowd, and you'll win your freedom. I will win the crowd. I will give them something they've never seen before.
Overlooking Mount San Jacinto from our palatial studios in beautiful Palm Springs, California. 25-year talk radio veteran, voted best in the valley. It's the Rich Gilgallon Show.
Thank you, Russ O'Hara. Thank you, Kate Smith. Thank you, Ray Charles. Oh, beautiful. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Monday in the desert of Southern California. It's the Rich Gilgallon Show. You're tuned in to Newstalk 920 KPSI. I'm your humble host for the next 2 hours on this muscular conservative radio station. Don't forget to start your day every day with the Glenn Beck radio program. That's on from 6 to 9 a.m. with all the Blaze has to offer. Followed by Excellence in Broadcasting, the Rush Limbaugh Show. Rush, then Rich. It's Rush Limbaugh right into Rich Gilgallon. By the way, that's me from noon to 2. Dennis Prager, Mark Levin, Dennis Miller, Dr. Savage, and now, of course, Laker basketball action throughout the long basketball season, the 2014-2015 edition of your Los Angeles Lakers. So there's a lot going on. It's the day before the day. The day before the day. Election day tomorrow. I am so ready for this election day. I can't tell you. I can't sleep. I can't sleep. I'm so nervous about this stuff. And you see the polls come out, and of course NBC's liberal poll has all these races neck and neck, and they may well be, for all I know. I have a hard time. I don't believe pollsters. I know that polls are used in this modern political day to manipulate voters more than to actually poll the voters. They use the results are normally obfuscated and manipulated in order to confuse the voters in most cases, I think. So I don't believe them. I don't believe polls. I don't pay attention to them. I don't care what they say. Sometimes they're right, amazingly, and most times they are wrong. By the way, you're tuned in to Newstalk 920 KPSI for the audio version of this spectacular radio program. Pat myself on the back there. And by the way, we're also available every day now for as long as I can stand it. By way of video. For example, it was one thing when it was 1 day a week and I would dress accordingly for that day, sartorially, whenever possible. But Mondays are tough for me. I'm exhausted, to tell you the truth. So we're in our black T-shirt and black golf hat today. So I feel like the Johnny Cash of conservative talk radio today. 760-320-8255. Got this some interesting email that I wanted to share because I think there's a lot of truth in it. And then I lost it. Amazing. All right, there it is. 760-320-8255 is the number. You're on the Rich Gilgallon Show. First call of the week. First name, please. Ali, I'm enjoying the fact that you're becoming the first caller on Mondays now, brother. Well, geez, I think that's a good prayer right there, Ali. I mean, I hope that everybody is in their right mind. It's not asking much. Well, yeah, we'll stop by Schmitty's on a Monday night there, Ali, if you're in the neighborhood, you know. All right, well, I would look forward to that, brother. Thank you, Ali. Appreciate you, brother. All right. Ali leaves the line open, 760-320-8255. So the congressional race here in the Coachella Valley, it's pretty much neck and neck from everybody I talked to. I've seen some polls that have it very, very close, within 3 or 4 points either way, within the range of, I don't know. That's when a poll comes out in the national pollster and there's a 3-point difference. They have small print on the polls. So it's by the way, 3 points comes within the what do they call it? The realm of I don't know. That's what they should call it. 41-43. So that means that anybody can win. It means nobody knows. And you do whatever you can to get the poll so it's that close. Now, I feel that the tide is turning, but I don't know. I won't know until tomorrow. First thing we got to do, though, those of us particularly tuned into this show, with the exception of 2 or 3 people, is make sure you vote. Crying out loud. Make sure you go out there and vote. We have an opportunity tomorrow to send a message to the President of the United States, right here in this district, because this is known around the country as a toss-up. Rich Gilgallon Show, first name, please.
Rich, Steve Oswald, happy birthday.
Thank you, brother.
Did you bring your thinking cap with you today?
You know, it's in here somewhere. I know it is. Gene, where's my thinking cap? Get it over here. All right. Wait, hold on, Steve, while I get this thing on here. All right, there we go. We're on there, brother. Go ahead.
Okay, 214 days decorated war hero.
Yes. Finally, thank you, God.
Bill Richardson, memories. Of course, Bill Richardson was involved.
Yeah.
After Florida, Missouri, and Boston, is this more of a moral outrage that it was done in time for the election, or that Obama has never spoken his name and never got involved?
Well, I think it's B. I really don't care. Why the Mexican government finally came to their senses. I don't really care. I'm just glad they did. I'm glad this guy is over here. I hope he gets the care and treatment that he's going to need to overcome that many days in a Mexican jail. I'm not concerned about why. I'm just glad that it happened. But it is an outrage. Yeah, sure. I'm curious, but I don't care. I think you know, if I saw this guy on a helicopter standing outside the Rose Garden, then I'd be blowing a gasket. Okay, because that would tell me that he could have had this kid out of Mexican jail 6 months ago, and maybe they waited around until right before the election. Maybe that was part of the deal that was struck with the Mexican president about allowing all these people from Central America, who, by the way, were never allowed to come into Mexico. And all of a sudden, then Mexico allows them to illegally cross into Mexico and hop on the train of death. Maybe that was part of the deal. You know, if you do that, then and maybe you can let this guy out right before the election day or something. I don't know. I hate to think about it, to tell you the truth. I'm just glad the guy's back, and I hope we send a message to this oaf in the White House on tomorrow. Thank you, Stevie. I appreciate you, buddy. I'm up against the break. It's the Rich Gilgallon Show. You're tuned in to Newstalk 920 KPSI.
East Valley Republican women keep their membership informed about statewide national issues, voter information, as well as current legislation that is important to every person in our state. They meet the first Monday of every month at Desert Falls Country for a delicious lunch. Check in at 11 a.m. and programs and speakers are not missed by anyone who has conservative values. Call Sue at 760-772-7096 for reservations and club information. This is your opportunity to get involved.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 800-545-5022 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 800-545-5022 to take your call now. Call 800-545-5022. That's 800-545-5022. Again, 800-545-5022. Eliminate fear of house floods forever. Hey, it's the Coach Rich Gilgallon. Are you away from your desert property for an extended period of time? Have you received a call that your house is flooded, toilet overflow, washing machine, broken pipe? Do I have a solution for you? Water Cop. Water Cop. Water Cop. Automatic water shut-off system. Eliminate all fear of water damage to your house forever. It's amazing. If one drop leaks, your water will shut off immediately, and you'll get a call. No more sleepless nights. Water Cop, Water Cop, Water Cop. Perfect for your home. Back home as well. Call 760-564-8840. That's 564-8840. Go to homefloodprevention.biz. That's homefloodprevention.biz. Water Cop. Stop water damage before it starts. Go to homefloodprevention.biz. Water Cop is recommended by insurance companies. And of course, the Coach. That's 760-564-8840. 760-564-8840. Water Cop, Water Cop, Water Cop. With what's going on in the financial and insurance world, are you really comfortable with buying your insurance over the phone or internet from someone in New York, Atlanta, or India? Don't take a lizard or a caveman's advice in choosing your insurance coverage. Call Weingarten & Huff, now celebrating their 80th year in business in Palm Springs. When you really need answers, they're ready to help. Call 325-2526. That's 325-2526. Weingarten & Huff, insurance since 1934.
Dashboard warns you've got engine trouble now, or do you schedule regular service? Same question applies to your body. Do you wait until a pain or an ache tells you something's wrong, or do you get periodic medical checkups? We're Desert Oasis Healthcare, the largest provider of patient-centered coordinated healthcare in the Coachella Valley, a leader in innovative healthcare management. And experience tells us the more attention you pay to your good health, the more good health you'll have. With our skilled team of 110 primary care physicians and 250 specialists, DOHC provides healthcare for Valley residents from newborns to seniors. In addition, we have immediate care centers in Palm Springs, Palm Desert, Indio, and Yucca Valley. To learn more about us, visit mydohc.com or find us on Facebook. Desert Oasis Healthcare. your health, your life, our passion.
Unchain my heart, baby.
Set me be. You don't care. Well, please set me free. Welcome back to the Rich Gilgallon Show. Monday, November the 3rd, 73 degrees. Baby, let me go. Let me go. Unchain my heart. 'Cause you don't love me no more. You don't love me no more. By the phone, some fella tells me that you're all alone. Unchain my heart. Set me free. I just want to hear the girls. I want to hear the girls. Sing it, girls. Are they any good or what? Let me hear those girls. One more time, Joe. I tell you what. Pillowcase. Unchain my heart. All right, welcome back. It's the Rich Gilgallon Show. I just love that background music. They are underappreciated background singers, are they not? I mean, come on. How about the background singers and guitar players to Robert Palmer? Ah, yeah, they were fabulous. They're still around out there somewhere. Backup singers. Oh man. You know, the Pips. I remember this. Was it Saturday Night Live or Laughing that had and the Pips? Just them. No Gladys Knight. Anyway, 760-320-8255. That's the number. So anyway, I want to read a couple of things. All this stuff is factually correct and verifiable, and it makes you wonder, you know, what is going on with one of the major religions of the world. In 732, and I've talked about this on the show in the past. The famous Battle of Tours was fought, and in that battle, civilization was saved in 732 AD when the Muslim army was moving towards Paris, was defeated by Charles Martel. The Battle of Tours. Look it up. Look up the Battle of Tours. That's 732. In 1571, 700 years later, the Muslim army navy went on the march, and they were defeated. So this is not a new battle that we're fighting with ISIS right now. This is a battle that's been fought since the 700s. I don't understand it. Since the 700s, we've been fighting the same battle. And we're fighting it today, although we're not, really fighting. Not really. We're trying to help just a little bit. I'm glad that Barack Obama was not the president of the United States in the 1930s and 40s. I'll tell you that. 1571, Muslim Navy was defeated by the Italians and Austrians. They were trying to cross the Mediterranean to attack southern Europe. That was the Battle of Lepanto. Look it up. In 1683, the Turkish Muslim army attacked Eastern Europe, finally defeated in the Battle of Vienna by German and Polish Christian armies. It's been going on for 1,400 years, and half the politicians don't even know it. These battles had not been won, we'd all be speaking Arabic right now. Christianity probably would be almost non-existent. Judaism certainly would be. Don't forget about Hitler, an admirer of Islam, and that the Mufti of Jerusalem was Hitler's guest in Berlin. and raised Bosnian Muslim SS divisions, the 13th and the 21st Waffen SS divisions, who, by the way, killed Jews, Russians, Gypsies, and anybody else they deemed as subhumans. Look it up. Look up Bosnian Muslim SS divisions. A lot of Americans have become so insulated from reality that they imagine that America can suffer defeat without any inconvenience to themselves. You got to reflect on these issues. In 1968, Bobby Kennedy shot and killed by Sirhan Sirhan. Why? Why was he shot and killed? Because of his feelings towards Israel. Because he was a supporter of Israel. Was Bobby Kennedy. That's why he was shot by Sirhan. 1972, the Munich Olympics. Athletes, Israelis, kidnapped, massacred. By who? By the Muslim males. 1972, Pan Am 747, hijacked, diverted to Cairo. A fuse was lit on the final approach, blown up shortly after landing. By who? By Muslim men. 1973, a Pan Am 707 destroyed in Rome. 33 people killed. Was attacked with grenades by Muslim men. 79, U.S. Embassy in Iran, taken over by who? Muslim men and women. During the 1980s, a number of Americans were kidnapped in Lebanon. By who? By Muslim men. In 1983, U.S. Marine barracks in Beirut blown up by who? Iran, Muslim men. In 1985, the cruise ship Achille Lauro hijacked, and a 70-year-old American passenger murdered and thrown overboard in his wheelchair. By who? Muslim men. 1985, TWA Flight 847 hijacked at Athens, and a U.S. Navy diver trying to rescue passengers murdered. By who? Muslim men. In 1988, Pan Am Flight 103 was bombed. By who? Muslim men. In 93, the World Trade Center was bombed for the first time. By who? Muslim men. In 1998, the U.S. Embassy in Kenya and Tanzania were bombed. By who? Muslim men. On 9/11, 4 airliners hijacked. 2 were used as missiles to take down the World Trade Center. And of the remaining 2, 1 crashed into the Pentagon, the other diverted and crashed by the passengers. Thousands of people were killed. By who? Muslim men. In 2002, the United States fought a war in Afghanistan against who? Muslim men. In 2002, Daniel Pearl kidnapped and beheaded. By who? Guess who? Guess who? Muslim men. In 2013, Boston Marathon bombed. 4 innocent people, including a little child, killed. 264 maimed. By who? Muslim men. As of July 30th, 2014, there have been 23,519 Islamic terror attacks since September 11th, 2001. So, to ensure Americans never offend anybody, particularly fanatics intent on killing us, airport security screeners will no longer be allowed to profile certain people. Guess who? Muslim men. No profile. They must conduct random searches of 80-year-old women, little kids, airline pilots with proper identification, secret agents who are members of the president's security detail, 85-year-olds, congressmen with metal hips and Medal of Honor winner, and former Governor Joe Foss, but leave Muslim males alone unless they be guilty of profiling. How stupid are we? So, all of these issues. All right, call me. 760-320-8255. Happy to take your calls. It's just annoying. Get that email from my buddy Ray. 760-320-8255 here on the Rich Gilgallon Show. Just getting started. All right, there we go. You're on the air. First name, please. Yes. Yes. We did and we did in Bosnia is exactly where it began.
Yeah.
I agree, Bob.
It tilted against our friends from World War II with the Nazis, sided with the Nazis, and we've been on the wrong side ever since we started this.
Bob, as usual, you're extraordinarily prescient there, brother. 760-320-8255. By the way, you can find the live video at newstalk920.com. Just click on my picture, or check us out on Google Plus or YouTube. It's the Rich Gilgallon Show. Time for our local news. Newstalk 920 KPSI.
Hello again, everybody. Dennis Daily, Newstalk 920 KPSI, and first let's making news. A man was killed in an officer-involved shooting late last night in Indio in a section of Highway 111 between Jefferson and Madison remains closed. The CHP says it tried to stop a suspected intoxicated driver near Jefferson. The driver kept on going, eventually stopping on Shields, got out of the car holding a gun. The CHP called Indio for backup. When the man failed to drop the gun as ordered, the officer-involved shooting occurred. The man died at the scene. No officers were injured. Voters are being urged to drop off their vote-by-mail ballots at a city clerk's office today. They want their ballot to be among the first tally tomorrow, Election Day.
The registrar of voters says that it's better if voters cast their ballots today. That way, the vote can be counted and posted right after the polls close Tuesday night at 8. If you deliver your ballot to a voting location on Election Day, it could be days, even weeks, before your ballot is counted and added to the total. As of today, the registrar of Riverside County has sent out nearly 523,000 vote-by-mail ballots. More than 155,000 have already been tabulated by the registrar. I'm Gene Nichols.
Hikers say they found the remains of a person in the Sky Valley Hills area of Desert Hot Springs. A call came in late yesterday morning from near the intersection of Virgo Road and 16th. The investigation continues. Court officials have just declared that accused Cathedral City bomb maker Sean Clark is mentally incompetent to stand trial. He's the man found to have bombs and bomb-making equipment in his mobile home of residence that was subsequently burned to destroy its contents. The Riverside County Sheriff's Department continues its 6-day Stuff the Bus event to collect donations for Operation Safe House in the Desert. Just about everything is needed. Take your donations to the Target in the 72,000 block of Highway 111 through Thursday. At last check, the Dow Jones Industrial's up 10 points. High today 80. Tomorrow 84. Now they're saying 93 for the big weekend coming up. Beautiful conditions here. I'm Dennis Daly reporting for Newstalk 920 KPSI.
Life. It's good. Yep. But it can still pile up. Yeah, we get that. And sometimes, well, you find yourself adjusting that to-do list. Yeah, we get that too. But at Dr. Robert Wren's office, your oral health is at the top of our list. Always. Dr. Wren's makes certain of it. It's Bob's passion, not his profession. And it has been for over 35 years, Palm Springs, giving his patients a great, healthy smile. He loves it. That's why he became an MAGD. That means Master of General Dentistry. Master. And it's easy to get started with a free consultation. Call Dr. Wren's at 760-325-1108. Or find Dr. Wren's online at drrobertwrens.com. Get started on your healthy smile. Call us at 760-325-1108. Start your Sundays, every Sunday, with a new perspective. An eternal perspective. Every Sunday from 7 to 8. It's the Eternal Perspective, brought to you by Men of Messiah. Men of Messiah, a group of local men dedicated to promoting the Word of God. Tune in every Sunday at 7 o'clock for Joe and Rich Gilgallon, brought to you by Men of Messiah. It's the Eternal Perspective. Join us 7 a.m. every Sunday morning. Are you ready for some football? Here's the coach, Rich Gilgallon. Join me for Monday Night Football at Schmitty's Tavern in Palm Desert. We'll have prize giveaways, including car washes, gift cards, food certificates, Las Vegas getaway, Jamie's Clubhouse and sports items on our Newstalk night. So get here early and grab a square. Plus, you can qualify for our monthly grand prize from Game Room Gala, given away at the end of each month, September through December. And at our big end of the season party in February, we'll be giving away a recliner, a big screen TV, courtesy of More Furniture, and a golf cart from Fairway Golf Club. So join me every Monday night with Schmitty's for a great drink, beer, and food specials all game long. We are back at Schmitty's for our Monday Night Football party. Schmitty's Tavern on Highway 111 and February Drive in Palm Desert. Our Monday Night Football party, sponsored by Fairway Golf Club, More Furniture, Game Room Gala, Schmitty's Tavern, and Newstalk 920 KPSI.
A At an early age, Vanessa Sheldon learned that education is important. She entered college at the age of 13 and earned her doctorate before she turned 20. Since then, Vanessa has dedicated her life to teaching others. An educator for over 15 years, Vanessa has worked in classrooms throughout the Coachella Valley as a teaching artist with the McCollum Theater Institute and is in her 10th year as a professor at College of the Desert. She's passionate about education and students are her first priority. And on November 4th, Vanessa Sheldon asked for your vote for board member of Palm Springs Unified School District. Vanessa will make sure teachers are evaluated in a comprehensive manner that goes beyond standardized testing. She will support early childhood education programs and career technical education, promoting how vital these are to children's success. And as an acclaimed harpist, Vanessa Sheldon knows the importance of a well-rounded education and will work to rebuild in-school arts programs. On November 4th, vote for Vanessa Sheldon for board member of Palm Springs Unified School District and vote the very best for our children.
Paid for by Vanessa Sheldon from PSUSD School Board.
Welcome back. It's the Rich Gilgallon Show. KPSI 920. The amazing Cal David bringing us back. 760-320-8255. What an opportunity we have as a community. It's very rare that you get this kind of an opportunity. Very rare indeed. Well, we can, right here in the little Coachella Valley, send a message tomorrow. I think this is me. When you're down and out and you feel hurt, come on over to where I work. That's it. Come on over. Put your radio on. Oh, your loneliness. I'll try to soothe. I'll play the blues for you. Thank you, Cal David, you monster. Guitar genius. 760-320-8255. 74 degrees. Are you kidding me? Global warming, ladies and gentlemen, all across the East Coast. Snow in South Carolina on November the 3rd. John Kerry still running around. It's because of global warming. Climate change. Idiots. Liars. All of them. Liars. Snowed what was it, 18 inches in Maine? 18 inches? Snowing like crazy. 74 degrees here in the desert of Southern California. Climate change. Climate change. It's the Rich Gilgallon Show. You're on first name. What? First name, please. Hi there. I'm good there, brother. How are you doing out there in the... When you're down and out and you feel real hurt, come on over. I like when Cal says, oh, your loneliness. That's no good either, bro. I know that's where I am, man. I'm Bobby Vinton. I'm lonely, Mr. Lonely. Lonely. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're teaching it in school or they're not teaching it in school. That little bit of lead in North Africa, the Satan's didn't go in there and take it over and try to take it away from the body. We were there first. It was all Christianized, and the Satan's went there to try to get it back. Mm-hmm. It was Christianized before Muhammad was ever born.
Well, sure it was. I mean, you know. I mean, there were Christians in Jerusalem before there was before Muhammad was born. I mean, for 400 years before Muhammad was born. As there were, and by the way, there were Jews in Jerusalem 400 years, or for 4,000 years, or several thousand years before Muhammad was born. Is that right? You've been able to look back that length of time. Interesting. Wow. Well, you know, I wonder if the ancient city of Gilgal has anything to do with Gilgallon. I don't know. It would seem like it. Yeah, it would seem like that's a fair guess. You know, I mean, I haven't. Is that right? Yeah, I will. I will do that. As a matter of fact. Yeah, I know that there was it's mentioned in the Bible, the city of Gilgal, and I just wonder if I mean, it's almost too strange to not be connected. The job. Yeah, I mean, that's why there's so many Smiths in this country. That's what, because there was 50 Smiths in every small town in Europe in those days. Yes, it's the religion of peace. I'm so glad the president is. I'm so glad our last two presidents have been so careful to emphasize it. No, you cannot. No, they laugh at you. They laugh at you because they don't appreciate that. They think that's weakness. Yes. Thanks, Larry. I appreciate you, buddy. Take care out there in Kansas. 760-320-8255 right here on the Rich Gilgallon Show. I am your humble host, Rich Gilgallon, coincidentally. 760-320-8255. What else is going on? Well, you know, so I want to keep on my point today. My point today is tomorrow. What an opportunity. There are only like 16 House races in the country that are viewed as toss-ups. Only 16 out of 435, ladies and gentlemen. So believe me when I tell you that this race will be observed by the Oval Office, guaranteed. Particularly when all throughout town now we see this new sign: support President Obama, vote Raul Ruiz. If you are inclined to do that, feel free. But for the rest of us, that's like, thank you. I mean, if I was in the Standys campaign, I would have printed those signs up for him. I'd have paid for those signs. On the other side, you got a hardworking guy, be a fabulous congressman representing this district. What a great congressman he'd be. Guy who understands legislation, understands how to get it done, understands when to work with others across the aisle, and understands when not to. And that's just as important. See, here's what the Democrats will do. They're already starting. Oh, the worst thing that could happen to Republicans is for them to win the Senate. Yeah, that's a good try. Good try, libs. That's the liberal line now. Well, you know, I see it on Real Clear Politics, which is a good website, by the way, because it does give both sides of the story. But that's the drumbeat now in liberal circles. Oh boy, the worst thing can happen to Republicans is that if they win the Senate, then they have to blah 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 blah. Sure, it's the worst thing. Oh, PMSNBC is just bending over into pretzel shapes this morning. As annoying as Mika Brzezinski is normally, She was 50 times more annoying this morning. And nobody else can finish a sentence without her half interrupting. I would prefer to be completely interrupted than to be half interrupted, because that's all she does. She half interrupts everything. She'll say, somebody else is talking. Oh, I don't, but, she mumbles this stuff. It's unbelievably bad television. But I'm attracted to it. I don't know why. I'm attracted to Morning Joe. I love watching them try to dance around this disaster that is awaiting the left in this country, and rightfully so. It's the Rich Gilgallon Show. Great to be with you. You're tuned into Newstalk 920 KPSI.
Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information. And obviously, research every place, not just in the community. They found a place where we can afford that was we're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way. So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call a place for mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
If you're struggling to find reliable senior living information for your mom or dad, then call or go online. We help you do this during the time. Call now, 800-467-7530. 800-467.
Just one right now, whoever you are. I love you. Thank you.
You're part of the daily grind shared by millions of others. It's called the Workday. And while you're producing your boss's plans for success, radio signal barely gets through the fortress of steel. No problem. Listen online to your favorite stations clear as a bell with iHeartRadio. Plus, create commercial-free custom playlists. Type in an artist or song, and it does the rest. Experience the new iHeartRadio app on your phone, online, Xbox, and at iHeartRadio.com. It's free.
Join our sister station, KWXY Legend 107.3 FM, as she celebrates 50 years of beautiful music at our first annual ballroom dance and exhibition, Dancing Through Time. Friday, November 21st at the Renaissance Hotel in Palm Springs. Doors open at 5:30. Dinner begins at 6:30. Then dance the night away from 7 to 10 with the sounds of Heatwave. Tickets available at kwxy.com or at the Camelot Theaters in Palm Springs. Reserve yours today. Seating is limited. Desserts from Frankie's Old World Italian Bakery and Over the Rainbow Cupcakes and Desserts.
Bonnie Garcia, hard work, straight talk, a proven leader for Riverside County.
This is former Assemblywoman Bonnie Garcia. My children were raised in a military and law enforcement family where service before self was the norm. Every election, we are bombarded with political attack ads, and this year, it's no different. It's been tough to ignore the degrading statements my opponent has made about women, his attacks on my family, and the distortion of my record. And while other parties have answered his attacks, I'm proud to say I chose the high road and have not been responsible for any negative ads. Instead, I'm running on results. I've helped to create thousands of jobs, toughened penalties on sexual predators, increased access to education, and never once voted for a tax increase. Let me share with you my vision for our region. Visit bonniegarcia.org. Count on me to provide the leadership we need in the state Senate. Now, more than ever, ethics and integrity matter. If you agree, vote Bonnie Garcia for state Senate.
God almighty.
Bonnie Garcia for Senate 2014.
Okay, for all you men out there who ever vented about the cost of razor blades or the razor burn that cheap blades give you, I want you to check out Harry's.com today. This is good stuff, guys. At Harry's, you get high-quality razor blades and shaving products for a fraction of drugstore prices. Why pay $32 for razor blades when at Harry's, you can find high-quality blades for half the price? And these are expertly crafted, high-quality razors. Harry's owns a factory in Germany that's been making razors for almost 100 years. These guys know what they're doing. And by cutting out the middlemen, Harry's delivers them to you with factory direct prices. Guys, I promise, this is a better quality and better value shave. And right now, you can get Harry's starter set complete with a razor, 3 blades, and shave cream. It's a month worth of shaving for just $15 with free shipping. Plus, visit Harry's.com now and you'll also get $5 off your first order. To get your $5 off, go to Harry's.com now and enter code 1313 at checkout. That's Harry's.com, code 1313.
Welcome back. Who's the girl? It's the Rich Gilgallon Show, Newstalk 920 KPSI. Upside. Na 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 na.
It's not true, and it's not fair, and it's not new, and it's not California here.
All right, welcome back. It's the Rich Gilgallon Show. And that spot break, we once again heard the one of the most amazing radio commercials in a political campaign that I think I've ever heard. And I've heard some views. I've written some views, believe me. But that is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's an amazing, amazing ad. I don't know where to start. You know, I am so wound up about the Nastandi race. It's the focus of my attention. I wish that I could have that we could have a say in who's going to be the governor of California. That would be a great thing. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we do, if you believe the polls. I would love to be able to single-handedly shove Ron Gold into the Attorney General's office. I think he is, in my view, one of the most courageous politicians on the scene today, with his stands as he runs for Attorney General of the state of California as a Republican. I'm in complete agreement with his policies on the death penalty and how it needs to be invoked, and how we have to clean up the prisons, make it safe once again for prison guards, where they don't have to take their life in their hands whenever they go into work. Make it safe, by the way, for somebody who's under arrest and placed in and convicted of a crime. It should be a safe environment for everybody who's convicted of a crime. They shouldn't have to worry about rape or getting beat up or stabbed or shot. We need to take the power away from the gangs, no matter what it takes. No matter what it takes in our prisons. Mr. Gold is that kind of guy. Also, his common sense approach to the marijuana situation in the state of California. I mean, this is a courageous guy. He's my candidate for Attorney General. I wish that I could help get him over the top. It's a long shot in the state of California, as you know. I wish that, it's too bad here in a wave election year that neither one of our United States senators are on the ballot. Tragedy of all years. Too bad. Because they're a disgrace and an embarrassment to the rest of the country. So we can't do anything about that. One thing we can do is shake up the political system in the country by electing Brian Nastandi. The White House will not be pleased. I can tell you that right now. You got a guy running around town here waving Obama's flag. Raul Ruiz is not only is he out of touch with the country, but he's so out of touch with his own district. Hoping beyond hope that that he'll get elected because of his last name. Certainly not because of his record. Certainly not. And that race is so important, which is why I've talked about it a lot. Now, the state Senate race is one that has kept me up at night. It has. And several reasons for that. Several reasons why it has. One, there is a cabal of behind-the-scenes players in our Coachella Valley. Names you haven't heard in years. names you used to hear, but you don't hear anymore. And, you know, they are pulling the strings in a lot of these local campaigns. And I don't know why they're afraid to step out of the shadows, but they stay in the shadows. And they operate in this sort of bullying fashion with some of these candidates. They're bullies. And what they do is whoever runs against one of their proteges, I mean, they try to kill them. I won't say kill them, but they try to destroy their lives. And we have a perfect example in this Bonnie Garcia, Jeff Stone race. Now, you and I both know. Let me put it this way. Last week, after a couple weeks ago when Bonnie came on the show, I thought she did a great job. I challenged her on the negative attack of her campaign this time and other times. And I have a soft spot in my heart for her. To tell you the truth, I kind of like Bonnie Garcia, but I have to say, I've been torn about this because it's two Republicans, two moderate conservatives. Neither one is exactly conservative enough for me, but two moderate conservatives, two Republicans running against each other because the state has, thrown all these people into the same hat, which is annoying. And I was prepared to just kind of sit this one out. But after this last ad that's running right now, it absolutely has to be addressed. For Bonnie Garcia to say in this ad that she's running now, first of all, she talked about the disparaging remarks about women that her opponent made. I have not heard one disparaging remark about women from Jeff Stone. I haven't heard one. And I've talked to him several times. I've been around him at these meetings for months now. I've never one time heard him make a disparaging remark about women. So when somebody says, it was tough to take the disparaging remarks about women, I'm like, what remarks? You have an obligation, Bonnie, when you put that on a commercial, to go ahead and say what remarks you're talking about instead of just trying to knife the guy. But I know why you're doing it, because you're trying to get women's votes. So it's a subtle jab at Jeff Stone. I'm running out of time. I'm going to talk more about this when we come back. It's the Rich Gilgallon Show. You're tuned in to Newstalk 920 KPSI in Palm Springs. Stick around.
She didn't have those.
920.
Jeez. Different.
Hey guys, what's new?
Forget us. We see what's new with you. Barb, you look amazing.
Oh, I know. She's a smile, Barb. She loves them. What's the word? Hopes of hers. That's why she loves them. She's wanted them forever. Not for me. I thought she was fun. It's changed her life, though. Seriously, folks treat her different. She got a promotion. Eats different. And they weren't that pricey either. Plus, they're perfect for life. Nice, huh?
Amazing. Where'd she go?
Dr. Rand's in Palm Springs. There's a free consult. It's in one office, and Barb got sedated.
Dr. Ren's at the Dental Implant Treatment Center, 902-7756, 902-7756, or drrobertrenz.com for a different kind of life-changing implants.
Conservative talk and the home of the Dodgers on 920 AM KPSI Palm Springs.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Travelers
travelers from more than 3 dozen countries will have to provide more information if they want to visit the U.S. The trigger directive coming today from the Homeland Security Department.
The new requirements are meant to counter the threat from Americans or Europeans who leave to fight in Syria, but have documents for easy travel to the U.S.
There's no typical profile. I'm talking about people 18 to 63, because my oldest traveler.
Most travelers, FBI Director James Comey told an audience at Fordham Law School here in New York, come from all walks of life. So now visitors from mainly European countries in which visas are not necessary for U.S. entry must provide additional passport data, contact information, and other potential names or aliases. Aaron Diversity, ABC News, New York.
13 years after the 9/11 attacks, One World Trade Center welcomed its first tenants, publishing giant Condé Nast will occupy floors 20 through 44. The building, Peter Matthews, an employee.
There's a lot of savvy out here, and this is a good start to get things going in the right direction.
The observation deck is scheduled to open next spring. Even though many of the latest polls have shown the Republicans pulling ahead in the hours leading up to tomorrow's midterm elections, the Democrats aren't willing to concede just yet.
Democrats here say their ground game will win in the end. Lots of knocking on doors, making phone calls, and social media messages. This supporter says that will make the difference.
Yeah, we're going to be able to get people out to vote. I mean, that's a huge issue.
But on the Republican side, Senate candidate Cory Gardner says the Democrats have it all wrong in this final hour.
They're no longer talking about their candidate. They're no longer talking about their platform or their issues and agendas. They're talking about tactics and process.
Alex Stone, ABC News, Denver.
Federal Reserve Chair Janet Yellen is sitting down for the first one-on-one meeting with President Obama since she assumed the post in February. They're talking about interest rates and discussing the long-term outlook for the U.S. global economy. The President travels to Australia for the 27th. You're listening to ABC News.
You heard about him on national radio. You heard about him on national television. He's on ESPN. Stone upset specials really outright. Stone cold locks by 3 touchdowns. One is better against the
Shit.
Jonathan Stone. He will prove it again as he releases his Stone Cold Lock. Indianapolis at New York, 3. He feels you can move on this game as if it's already been played. And why not? No one is better in good football than Jonathan Stone. Call now to receive his Stone Cold Lock of the Week absolutely free on a recorded message. No selfie, no hassle, just winners. Call now, 800-474-8002. Jonathan Stone's Lock of the Week absolutely free on a recorded message. You have nothing to lose, everything to gain. 800-474-8002. 1-800-474-8002. Listen now, 800-474-8002.
Korean automaker Hyundai and Kia will pay the government a $100 million civil penalty to end a 2-year investigation into overstating gas mileage figures on over 1 million of their vehicles. Car companies honest about their older.
This represents performance of their test vehicle risk department.
A suspect has been charged in a triple fatal Halloween night in Florida, California. Police in Santa Ana, California have arrested a driver accused of killing 3 13-year-old girls trick-or-treating Halloween night. Chief Carlos Rojas says Bell hid the teens in a dark crosswalk and fled the scene. Bell's 17-year-old son and 14-year-old daughter with him inside the car during the crash. The damaged vehicle was later found ditched.
Funeral service today for Palmadino, the longest-serving mayor in Boston City history. Governor Senator Elizabeth Warren, Secretary of State John Kerry, all taking part in the service. This is ABC News.
Our water heater broke down last month. It took 5 hours for the plumber to show up. He charged us a couple of $100 just to come out. Then it cost another $1,800 to put in the new water heater. I felt like I'd been taken. But what else could I do?
The smartest thing you can do is get a home warranty from American Residential Warranty. Their home warranties pay to repair or replace all your major appliances when they break. Just call 800-711-6816. That's 800-711-6816.
I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Oh, boys! I'm back!
Welcome back. Anybody seen Richie? All right, it's the Rich Gilgallon Show, Newstalk 920 KPSI. Before I left, I was discussing this latest commercial by Bonnie Garcia, and I just feel like, in good conscience, and I believe me, I have thought long and hard about this, but in good conscience, I cannot let that slide. I cannot let it slide when Bonnie says, "I'm proud to say that I have not done any negative campaign." I mean, that to me is absurd, and everybody in town knows it. We know how tough she is. She's a tough kid. I mean, she's fighting for the office, and you know, it's a pitched battle. But to ask the people now, after what we've seen and all the negative campaigning, while others have blah blah blah, I am proud to say that I have not resorted to negative campaigning. That is false. I'm sorry. I wish it wasn't, but that's a false statement. I mean, when she came into the studio, you know, all she talked about was this this badge incident. That's all. I mean, I tried to get her to talk about her. I even let her stay an extra segment so that she could talk about her own record. Rich Gilgallon Show, first name, please. First name again? Hi, Nick. How are you? I know you could have a bonfire with all the election mail coming in. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about it, and I don't know. I mean. Well, that's a big. Of course, that's not negative campaigning, though. I mean, you know, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, you know, I long for campaigns where people's records, particularly public records, are debated. I think that's legitimate. For example, I think when Raul Ruiz campaigned for 7 years against, or 6 years against Thanksgiving, I think that's a matter of public record. 2 years ago. Yeah, Mary Bono. They weren't talking. They weren't. That ad wasn't even talking about Thanksgiving. That was focused on, and rightfully so, by the way, of his support, his fawning support for a guy that murdered a policeman in cold blood, and another guy that shot. Yeah, another guy that shot two FBI agents. I have to say, but I think, you know, these instances that they pull out of your life, you know, you might not be 100% proud of the moment. You know, I just think, come on. I mean, and then the. And then once you do that, yeah, if that's going to be the way you're going to handle it, then defend it. You know, then defend it. You know, I mean, you can't have it both ways. You can't say it's not me engaging in this negative campaign ad, particularly the one about the road rage incident that's been played over and over again all over this town. You can't have that go out there And then when I ask her about it, she says, I have nothing to do with that. But let me tell you something. I come from a family, we don't like badges being flashed. Badge. That's all she wanted to talk about. And I said, wait a minute, you just told me that you don't have anything to do with this, and yet that's all you want to talk about. So I'm confused, and I was confused that day. I tried to give her more time. I said, okay, let's take another segment, and let's talk about your positive record, because she has one. I mean, she does. But instead of running on that positive record, they go through this negative campaign, and then 3 days before the election, they put out another ad that said that they're proud of the fact that they haven't engaged in negative campaigning, and that's just too much. It's just too much to take without comment anyway. So thanks, buddy. All right, I appreciate the call. 760-320-8255. So anyway, having said that, I'm not going to endorse either one of those candidates. I think both of them have positive sides and both have negative sides. And I don't know who I'm going to vote for, to tell you the truth. I just can't let the ad pass without comment. 760-320-8255, right here on the Rich Gilgallon Show. We got a bunch of people tuning in by way of video. I'm grateful. Hi, everybody out there watching the video blog of the Rich Gilgallon Show. Live right here on Newstalk920.com. Or on YouTube or on Google Plus, either one, all three. I got excited last week because I noticed, boom, I had 5 viewers, just like that. I thought, wow, now we're getting somewhere. I mean, 5 at a time, okay. And then I was talking to somebody later, and I said, well, I put on all 5 of my computers when I got home. I go, you don't have to do that. I'm not trying to phony up the numbers. I'm not trying to gin up the numbers here. This is something new, and it takes people a long time to adapt to it and adopt it as part of their daily routine. But the most important thing is the radio show. That's where the important thing is. That's the blessing right there for me, for people of like-minded beliefs. It's like a town meeting every day here on the Rich Gilgallon Show, People from all over the Coachella Valley tuning in. I'm so grateful for your kind attention, particularly during election season. And tomorrow is the day we've been waiting for. It's an amazing gift from the founding fathers. And we have so many people do everything they can to manipulate it and to steal elections, do whatever they can. The power is so, apparently it's, I don't know how much power does an elected official have. Apparently enough to spend their fortune of their money and a lot of other people's money to try to get elected to positions that pay fairly well. Congressman makes around the 186, something to that effect. Not just that, but you get several $1 million of a budget to hire staffs and both in your congressional district and in Washington, D.C. So, it's a big deal. But the most important thing is that the effect you'll have on this administration. If we can shock the Democratic strongholds, 16 races up for grabs. This congressional race right here is one of them. That shows you something. It tells you something right there. So let's go out and let's nudge Brian Standy over the edge there and really make them sour in the Oval Office. Oh, they'll be not happy. One of their lapdogs will be displaced. What will they do without the Ruiz rubber stamp? 760-300, the Rich Gilgallon Show, Newstalk 920, KPSI.
Californians against higher healthcare costs. Major funding by Kaiser Foundation Health Funding, 12-point income California, with a coalition of doctors, nurses, hospitals, health plans in California.
health care.
One politician with control over my benefits.
One politician with control over my copays and deductibles.
One politician with control over what treatment options are covered.
One Sacramento politician
who can take millions in campaign contributions from special interests.
Who would control our health care.
One politician.
One.
Prop 45 just gives too much power to one politician.
Get the facts at noon45.org and join doctors, nurses, and small businesses across California and vote no on 45. Stop the politician power grab.
At an early age, Vanessa Sheldon learned that education is important. She entered college at the age of 13 and earned her doctorate before she turned 20. Since then, Vanessa has dedicated her life to teaching others. An educator for over 15 years, Vanessa has worked in classrooms throughout the Coachella Valley as a teaching artist with the McCollum Theater Institute and is in her 10th year as a professor at College of the Desert. She's passionate about education and students are her first priority. And on November 4th, Vanessa Sheldon asks for your vote for board member of Palm Springs Unified School District. Vanessa will make sure teachers are evaluated in a comprehensive manner that goes beyond standardized testing. She will support early childhood education programs and career technical education, promoting how vital these are to children's success. And as an acclaimed harpist, Vanessa Sheldon knows the importance of a well-rounded education and will work to rebuild in-school arts programs. On November 4th, vote for Vanessa Sheldon for board member of Palm Springs Unified School District and vote the very best for our children.
Paid for by Vanessa Sheldon for PSUSD School Board.
Are you ready for some football? Here's the coach, Rich Gilgallon. Join me for Monday Night Football at Schmitty's Tavern in Palm Desert. We'll have prize giveaways, including car washes, gift cards, food certificates, Las Vegas getaway, Jamie's Clubhouse and sports items on our Newstalk 920 game. So get here early and grab a square. Plus, you can qualify for our monthly grand prize from Game Room Gala, given away at the end of each month, September through December. And at our big end of the season party in February, we'll be giving away a recliner, a big screen TV, courtesy of More Furniture, and a golf cart from Fairway Golf Carts. So join me every Monday night with Schmitty's for a great drink, beer, and food specials all game long. We are back at Schmitty's for our Monday Night Football party. Schmitty's Tavern on Highway 111 at Red Whaley Drive in Palm Desert. Our Monday Night Football party, sponsored by Fairway Golf Carts, More Furniture, Game Room Gala, Schmitty's Tavern, and Newstalk 920. East Valley Republican women keep their membership informed about statewide and national issues, voter information, as well as current legislation that is important to every person in our state. They meet the first Monday of every month at Desert Falls Country Club for a delicious lunch. Check in at 11 a.m. Their programs and speakers are not to be missed by anyone who has conservative values. Call Sue at 760-772-7096 for reservations and club information. This is your opportunity to get involved. Start your Sundays, every Sunday, with a new perspective. An eternal perspective. Every Sunday from 7 to 8. It's the Eternal Perspective, brought to you by Men of Messiah. Men of Messiah, a group of local men dedicated to promoting the Word of God. Tune in every Sunday at 7 o'clock for Chuck DeVoe and Rich Gilgallon, brought to you by Men of Messiah. It's the Eternal Perspective. Join us at 7 a.m. every Sunday morning.
Welcome back. Bum, bum. It's the Rich Gilgallon Show. Newstalk 920. KPSI. Oh, I'm accustomed to a smooth ride. Or maybe I'm a dog who's lost his bite. I don't expect to be treated like a fool no more. I don't expect to sleep through the night. Some people say a lie is just a lie, but I say why? Why deny the obvious, child? It's the Rich Gilgallon Show. First name, please.
Yes, Rich, it's Mike. I want to know why we're celebrating Day of the Dead. They took the bio. This country is not even celebrating American holidays.
Yeah, well, you know, Thanksgiving.
I remember as a kid watching BJ, right after BJ Day, how the fire escape watching the block party.
Oh, yeah.
I remember going to see the Declaration of Independence on Freedom Street. Now we don't even have an American. We have a
Well, we're fighting for it, though, buddy. You and I together, fighting every day, buddy. We're not giving up. We're not giving up. You know. You know, I mean, we could send a message. Let's send a message tomorrow. Let's send that message. Let's send a message to Barack Hussein Obama that you know, we are tired of this. We're tired of you hating the country, and again, I know that I'll be criticized for saying this, but I think whenever the president's giving these speeches and he's just in his open collar shirt, you know, to me, like yesterday, again, he looked like he was half in the bag. Okay, I don't know if he's having a couple of martinis. I don't know if he's having a couple of martinis or if he's having a little bonage on the way, you know, to these meetings. But when he gets up there and he's kind of like, hey, everybody wants to yell. Everybody. I know, and they have to stand behind him, which makes me gives me agita. But I'm concerned. You know, they talk about drug tests. I think maybe the president needs to be drug tested right now because I mean he does have a history of. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Mikey. Appreciate you. I'm just saying. I mean, go back and look at the speech. I'm not. I don't know for sure, but to me, you know, hey. You know, hey, everybody wants to yell. And he looks like, man, I'm thinking, is this guy? And his eyes are bloodshot. Now, he could be tired. You know, obviously, he's got a lot of stress. And I just wonder if a guy who smoked a lot of weed back in the day, every once in a while, flying on Air Force One, and, you know, right before he has to give these speeches, which it looks like it's like driving him crazy to have to do it. Nobody's inviting him anywhere. And when he does get invited, I shouldn't say nobody because a few people are inviting him. When he does get invited, he goes out there and, you know, he's kind of giving the old style speech. Hey, you know, like the most famous one was, come on, Republicans, come on. Let's work together. Come on, Republicans. In that speech, he looked like he was half whacked to me. It's just me. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's against. I don't think it's against the law to wonder. Is it against the law to wonder? It would make a lot more sense to me. 760-320-8255. North Carolina poll worker offered ballots to an imposter 20 times. 20 times. And we have to go to the Daily Mail in the UK to get these stories. They don't come out in the New York Times or the Boston Globe. They come out on the Mail, at the Daily Mail. Undercover video shows North Carolina poll workers offering ballots to ineligible imposter 20 times. James O'Keefe pretended to be a series of North Carolinians who hadn't voted in years. In precinct after precinct, election officials offered him ballots without confirming his identity. Only one polling place turned him away without an ID, but officials there were breaking the rules in order to do it. O'Keefe famously embarrassed the U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder by obtaining the cabinet member's ballot in Washington as a protest against the lack of an ID mandate at the polls. O'Keefe went in and said he was Eric Holder, and they gave him the ballot. New Mexico, I mean, this guy is he is a revolutionary in the media. This guy, James O'Keefe. New Mexico officials said Saturday that someone had fraudulently voted in the name of a man who later showed up in person to cast his ballot. This is what happens when you can't come to terms on a voter ID. Now, no fraudulent votes were actually cast. It's just an undercover video sting from James O'Keefe, whose filmmaking resume reads like a target list of liberal causes. He shuttered Acorn, the community organizing outfit once linked to Barack Obama. He dressed as Osama bin Laden and waded across the Rio Grande to show as a show of disdain for the border policy. Videotaped people admitting they sold taxpayer-provided cell phones for drugs, shoes, handbags, and cash. Now he strolled into more than 20 precincts in Raleigh, Durham, and Greensboro, North Carolina, proffering the name of people who seldom vote in order to test the integrity of the election process, and it's failed on a massive scale. He says, I just signed this and then I can vote? Yeah. Precinct after precinct. Last week, O'Keefe's Project Veritas action organization took its first deep dive into North Carolina election politics, filming Democratic campaign workers saying they would help illegal immigrants vote for Kay Hagan. This time he strolled right into the polling places. He said, of all the undercover investigations I've ever done, this was the easiest. They were willing to pass out fraudulently obtained ballots like it was Halloween candy. Now, if North Carolina is a hotbed of voter fraud, as conservatives suggest it is, and that the dynamic benefits Democrats, the ground rules will change before the next election. In 2013, Governor Pat McCrory signed a set of sweeping new voting rules into law, including a no exceptions requirement that voters show a government-issued ID on election day. The state legislature took extremely aggressive steps to curtail the voting rights of African Americans, said Eric Holder. He claimed at the time. To curtail the rights of African Americans, like they don't have driver's license. I mean, what is he talking about? Are there 10 African Americans in North Carolina that don't have a driver's license? You got to have a driver's license. You got to have an ID. Everybody has one. After a lawsuit from the Obama administration and a series of legal appeals, the United States Supreme Court ruled last month that a state is entitled to make voters prove who they are. Now, that provision, sadly, of the law won't go into effect until 2016. Other sections, including a ban on same-day voter registration, are in force already. And they hate that. The liberals hate that. It should be easy to vote. It should be easy. Just be able to walk right in and vote. So, do you have anything with an ID? Said one government official. No, I'm not ready to take one. Go ahead and vote anyway. He walked into to the Attorney General's poll and said, "Yeah, I am the Attorney General of the United States. Can I have my ballot, please?" And they gave him one. So, Eric Holder. 760-320-8255. Oh, and the fear tactics put out by the left, especially, particularly in the South. How about the senator from the state of Louisiana? Well, honestly, let me be honest with you here, which is the first thing she said to Chuck Todd. Let me be honest with you here, which means that I guess she hasn't been honest with him up to that point. Rich Gilgallon Show, first name, please. Kathy, how are you today? How can I help you? Yes. Yeah.
And the fine and things like that. I was wondering why. Well, right after that ad came out, I had a report on the telephone tape that I would be receiving a letter and I thought, well, good. That's what that was all about.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't even mention of it.
Well, I think that's in response to this ridiculous claim that he's made disparaging remarks towards women, and I have to say, if he has, I don't know what they are. I haven't heard him one time, and I've been around him, So I just get confused when I hear these charges. Well, I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen that ad, and I don't know anything about it. That's the only answer I can give you. So, Well, I'm not going to chase. I'm not going to chase the Garcia's campaign's charges all over the district of the desert of Southern. Yeah, I know but it's the same thing. They're all wrapped up in this. Okay, somebody has to call those people and say, will you pay for the ad? I mean, this doesn't just bubble up. This comes from an organization. I got to run. I have to run. I'm sorry. I just have to run. I'm up against the wall. I'm under a gun.
Hello again, everybody. Newstalk 920 KPSI, and here's what's making it here. Court officials have declared the city lawmaker Sean Clark is mentally incompetent to stand trial. And is now committing bombs and bombing including his mobile home, a residence that was subsequently burned. This morning's content. Highway 111 between Jefferson and Madison remains closed in the wake of a very long investigation that began November 30 last night. As the AG says it tried to stop a suspected drug running on Highway 111 near Jefferson. The driver kept going, eventually stopping and shooting as he got out of his car holding a gun. The city had called illegal police for backup. The man failed to lock the gun. He was involved in an officer involved in shooting. The man died at the scene. No officers were hurt. A Rancho Mirage man is under arrest after crashing his car into a corner of a fire hydrant and mailbox and then ending up in shrubbery.
The crash occurred around 10:30 last night on Frank Sinatra Drive near Thompson Road. 38-year-old Victor Hernandez was behind the wheel. Now he's behind bars facing DUI charges. I'm Gene.
Well, they're calling it a holiday time gift. Palms Ridge Public Library designating November as Fine Forgiveness Month. You can have up to $50 erased in exchange for a non-perishable furniture, non-perishable item, $1 against the outstanding bonds. Downward trend in average pump price of gasoline is now up 31 consecutive days. The average price of 28 a gallon is 38 cents less than this time last year. Hikers found the remains of a person in the Sky Valley Hills area of Desert Hot Spring yesterday morning near Motorpool Road at 16. The investigation continues. The Dow Jones Industrial Average closed the day down 24 points. The Nasdaq was up 8. The S&P 500 is pretty well stacked. High today 80, 84 tomorrow, but heading up again into the low 90s by the coming weekend. Shots oranges. I'm devastated reporting for Newstalk 920 KPSI.
Selfies. Selfies? Really? Well, Dr. Robert Wentz in North Palm Springs may not know how to do it, but he couldn't be happier because if people are taking selfies, it means they're having fun and sharing it with the world. But if you have chipped, missing, or discolored teeth and you hesitate to smile, don't worry. It's an easy fix. Call Dr. Robert Wentz today and get a free consultation. Bob has been helping your neighbors get a healthy, beautiful smile for over 35 years. He's a master of general dentistry. So whether your dental needs are complex or simple, Dr. Wentz can get you smiling again. And don't let the lack of insurance hold you back either. It's more affordable than you may think. Call Bob at 760-325-1108. Again, that's 760-325-1108. And go see our patient selfies online at drrobertwentz.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 800-545-5022 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Net is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 800-545-5022 to take our call now. Call 800-545-5022. That's 800-545-5022. Again, 800-545-5022. You care for your car. If you wait until the flashing red light on the dashboard reports you've got engine trouble now, or you schedule regular service. Same question applies to your body. If you wait until the paint or ink tells you something's wrong, get periodic medical checkups. Where Desert Oasis Healthcare, largest provider of patient-centered coordinated healthcare in the Coachella Valley, a leader in innovative healthcare management. Experience tells us the more attention you pay to good health, the more good health you'll have. With our skilled team of 110 primary care physicians and 250 specialists, DOHC provides healthcare for Valley residents from newborns to seniors. In addition, we have immediate care centers in Palm Springs, Palm Desert, Indio, and Yucca Valley. To learn more about us, visit mydohc.com or find us on Facebook. Desert Oasis Health. Your health, your life, our passion.
That much talking these days. I don't do that much talking these days. Oh. All right, welcome back. So the phone rings and rings and rings until I come back from the break, and then it stops ringing. The great Jackson Brown brings us back. I had a lover. It's so hard to risk another. You're on the air on the Rich Gilgallon Show. First name, please.
I no longer have my certified accountant license, as Jeff Stoker has a pharmacy license, because he is not maintaining the continuing professional education.
Right.
And the various state boards will suspend him.
Well, I mean, it's, he's doing other things now, is he not? I mean,
That's right.
yeah.
He is not maintaining his education requirements.
Right.
And that is the reason. Not that he did anything wrong.
Well, that's the picture they're painting, right? They're painting a picture that he was, that he was a bad pharmacist. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I can't figure it out. I mean, I see with my eyes, and then I hear something else. And then the thing that pushed me over the edge is this ad where she states that I'm proud to say that I have not been in any, I have not negatively campaigned. Well, I don't know about that now. I don't know. We don't want to go that far. Come on. Trying to have a legitimate discussion about the issues. I'm not here to talk about the colons of any candidate. 760-320-8255. And again, I just think that that it's a group of people in the town that want to be power brokers, that hide behind some of these candidates and do not have the courage to step out. That's kind of what bugs me. Rich Gilgallon Show, first name, please.
Hey, Rich, this is Tim from Cathedral City. How are you?
I'm good, Tim. How are you today? You sound like you mean business today, Tim.
Listen, I've spoken to you before. Last time you guys talked about the judges that are on the ballot.
Mm-hmm.
And, there's no, I don't know whether they're a Republican or Democrat, because they're supposed to be impartial.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you, it seems like when conservatives win, the judges in the court.
Well, yeah.
Overturning the will of the American people just from some broken judge. I'm a pretty savvy voter.
Yes.
And on this ballot, there are 13 judges. And quite frankly, I'm not quite sure how to research, whether or not
Well, yeah, I think that's a very valid point, and I think the danger. And I come from the East Coast, where judges, they learned a long time ago. I don't know if it's a good idea to be voting for judges, because when you get judges involved in politics, and if you dispute their candidacy and they get elected, you know, I mean, the last thing you want to do is wind up with a problem in front of that judge. So I just think I do not like politicization of judges. Having said that, I even like Democratic governors appointing judges less. So I'm kind of torn there as well. We see what what these liberal they're really the laughing stock of the country. The federal courts, that are predominantly way liberal judges, way liberal in Northern California in particular. So, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing.
Yeah, you were talking last week. You have one of your colleagues on here going over some development.
Yes, Gene. How complicated the language is. Yeah.
Exactly, and yet some of the for people who are well read, it's difficult to go through some of those positions, and the older generation of our country, they're a large voting bloc.
Well, and oftentimes they're purposefully written to influence a negative vote. In other words, they make it sound like if you vote yes, you'll get one thing, when in truth you're getting the exact opposite. And you're right. It's you have to really study them, and they're very difficult. They don't make it easy. Now, having said that, legislative language is difficult. Having worked in the House of Representatives and seen bills as they begin and they become amended, and the whole legislative language is difficult. But I think it's up to us as citizens, at some point, to understand the English language as it is not only spoken but written, and it's two different things. And I think as citizens, we have neglected our responsibility to make sure we have an understanding of what legislation is, and how it's passed and what it actually says. And you notice for example, from our sitting Congressman Ruiz, has he ever explained anything to anybody in this district? I mean, no. I don't understand why every congressman doesn't have a video blog like I do. I don't understand why every congressman doesn't have one where he sits in front of his computer screen at 8 o'clock every morning and says to his constituents, "This is what we're going to do today. This is what I'm working on today." And I think when Brian Nastandy gets elected, I will suggest that to him, and I think it's something he might be interested in doing.
Absolutely. Well, I voted for him, and wish him all the best. And me too, Rich. I said I want the forest and sparrow on northeast of this valley.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. I don't know about that. I really don't. I'm grateful for that comment, and I accept it in the spirit with which it is meant. But I'm just one guy, and believe me when I tell you, I am struggling every day to make sure that I have this opportunity, and it's in the balance. This show, I just had a little conversation this morning. This show, which I love doing, is hanging by a thread. It's the Rich Gilgallon Show. First name, please.
This is Nancy.
What was your first name?
Nancy.
Oh, hello there, Nancy. Have you already voted?
No, I like to vote.
Me too, Nancy. Me too, Nancy. I'm an election day guy. I don't like to vote beforehand because I don't know what's going to happen today. And tomorrow morning, something might change my mind. You know what I mean? Maybe you'll change my mind, Nancy. Maybe you'll change my mind. I doubt it, but maybe. You never know.
Well, actually, I was calling you to call about the judicial.
Yes.
Okay. Actually, there are people who do not vote for.
Really? And what? And why is that? I'll give you a few minutes. Go ahead.
Because they're Democrats.
Yeah, well, we don't want to. Well, we don't want to vote for liberals, Nancy. I mean, no, we don't want to. Which one? Which one?
Okay, for Associate Justice, State Supreme Court.
Yes.
That was Goodwin, L.I.
He's a liberal.
And then Mariano Moreno.
Not Mariano Rivera. I'd probably vote for him.
No. The last name is C-U-L-L-E-R.
That's a liberal. All right, Nancy, letting us know who the liberals are. Nancy, way to go.
Two more.
Okay, let us have.
Kathleen O'Leary
Another liberal.
and Richard A. Fidel.
All right. Well, thank you. Thanks for keeping us aware of that, Nancy. I'm up against the break. It's the Rich Gilgallon Show. One more segment before Election Day, right here on Newstalk 920 KPSI.
These value company women keep their membership informed about statewide and national issues, voter information, as well as current legislation that is important to every person in our state. They meet the first Monday of every month at Desert House with 3 delicious ones. Check in at 11 a.m. Their programs and speakers are not to be missed by anyone who has concern about it. Call Sue at 760-772-7096 for reservations and club information. This is your opportunity to get involved. Eliminate fear of house floods forever. He's the coach, Rich Gilgallon. Are you away from your desert property for an extended period of time? Have you received a call that your house is flooded, toilet overflow, washing machine, broken pipe? Do I have a solution for you? Water Cop. Water Cop. Water Cop. Automatic water shut-off system. Eliminate all fear of water damage to your house for it's amazing. If one drop leaks, your water will shut off immediately, and you'll get a call. No more sleepless nights. Water Cop, Water Cop, Water Cop. Perfect for your home, back home as well. Call 760-564-8840. That's 564-8840. Go to homefloodprevention.biz. That's homefloodprevention.biz. Water Cop. Stop water damage before it starts. Go to homefloodprevention.biz. Water Cop is recommended by insurance companies. And of course, the coach. That's 760-564-8840. 760-564-8840. Water Cop, Water Cop, Water Cop.
You've probably been hearing about the stock market dropping like a rock. That's bad news, except for one important side effect. The stock market plunge means mortgage rates have plunged too. Rates are now lower than they've been since June of 2013. So, if you've closed a home loan the last year and a half, Cash Call will give you a do-over. And our fee is just $495 for closing any size loan. So you can recoup those stock market losses every month. Today's Cash Call do-over 15-year fixed rate is 2.875%, 2.91 APR. Call 855-875-CASH. The do-over mortgage is a sure thing.
Cash Call Inc., Equal Housing Lender. Call 866-900-8744 for licensing information, terms, and restrictions. Rates may change without notice. NMLS Unique Identifier 38512.
15-year fixed rate, 2.875%, 2.91 APR. Call 855-875-CASH. That's 855-875-CASH. That's 855-875-CASH.
Life, it's good. Yeah, but it can still pile up. Yeah, we get that. And sometimes, well, you find yourself adjusting that to-do list. Yeah, we get that too. But at Dr. Robert Wrent's office, your oral health is at the top of our list. Always. Dr. Wrent's makes certain of it. It's Bob's passion, not his profession. And it has been for over 35 years, Palm Springs. Giving his patients a great, healthy smile, he loves it. That's why he became an MAGD. That means Master of General Dentistry. Master. And it's easy to get started with a free consultation. Call Dr. Renz at 760-325-1108. Or find Dr. Renz online at drrobertrenz.com. Get started on your healthy smile. Call us at 760-325-1108.
Bonnie Garcia, hard work, straight talk, a proven leader for Riverside County.
This is former Assemblywoman Bonnie Garcia. My children were raised in a military and law enforcement family where service before self was the norm. Every election, we are bombarded with political attack ads. And this year, it's no different. It's been tough to ignore the degrading statements my opponent has made about women, his attacks on my family, and the distortion of my record. And while other parties have answered his attacks, I'm proud to say I chose the high road and am not responsible for any negative ads. Instead, I'm running on results. I've helped to create thousands of jobs, toughened penalties on sexual predators, increased access to education, and never once voted for a tax increase. Let me share with you my vision for our region. Visit bonniegarcia.org. Count on me to provide the leadership we need in the state senate. Now, more than ever, ethics and integrity matter. If you agree, vote Bonnie Garcia for state senate.
Paid for by Bonnie Garcia for Senate 2014.
Start your Sundays every Sunday with a new perspective, an eternal perspective. Every Sunday from 7 to 8. It's the Eternal Perspective, brought to you by Men of Messiah. Men of Messiah, a group of local men dedicated to promoting the Word of God. Tune in every Sunday at 7 o'clock for Chuck DeVoe and Rich Gilgallon, brought to you by Men of Messiah. It's the Eternal Perspective. Join us 7 a.m. every Sunday morning.
Welcome back. Wrapping up a Monday edition of the Rich Gilgallon Show. Once again, the callers are calling during the break and not when they can get on. Feel free to call. Some things together. We've been through some things together. Yes, we have. You and I. We have. In stormy weather, long may you run. Long may you run. Long may you run. Have come. In the sun, baby, why? Long may you run. Long may you run. All right, call me now, 760-320-8255, right here on the Rich Gilgallon Show. I'm your humble host, Rich Gilgallon, wrapping up a Monday. Quite a day. Went by like this. Boom. 75 degrees at 2 o'clock. In the afternoon, the long, hot summer finally over in November. Man, it took forever to get rid of the summer, didn't it? November in paradise. No place like home in November, December, January, February, March, April, May. Ooh, but certainly. Right now, it's like a gift. It's like a gift for those of you like me who are here all summer long to have this amazing day. What a beautiful day. Tonight, I'll be at Schmitty's Tavern. Come on down and hang out at Schmitty's. I have a few, I understand there's going to be some surprise guests coming down there. I'm looking forward to seeing some of you guys down there tonight at Schmitty's. I'll be down there around 4, from 4 until the last play. It's the Rich Gilgallon Show. First name, please.
Ann.
Hi, Ann. How are you today?
Fine, thanks. I wanted to tell you, Rich, that I received a card from the Democratic Party, and all of the people that they were touting were the Democrats, and Bonnie Garcia's name was on that as well.
Is that right? She's been endorsed by the Democratic Party.
Yes, uh-huh.
Well, who is that? Do you have that right in front of you?
No, I'm sorry to say I discarded it, but I remember it very well, and all of the, I couldn't believe that I was receiving it because I'm a registered Republican.
It's interesting, isn't it? Because, I mean, they have to go somewhere. I mean, it's one of the stupid things that we have to deal with now with this new California rule. And by the way, and there are several, I think there are 5 congressional races in the state of California where you have 2 members of the same party competing in this final election, which must be driving the Democratic Party crazy there.
Yeah.
And we haven't, luckily, we didn't have that problem for Congress. We have a clear choice.
Exactly.
for Congress. You know, I'd be a little nervous if my Republican candidate was endorsed by the Democratic Party.
That's why I did I vote for Jeff Stone, and hearing him, you know, the other day on your show.
Yeah, I thought he did. Yeah, I thought he did a nice job. He didn't have. I was shocked he didn't have.
I voted for him. I had the yes.
Yeah, I was shocked he didn't have fangs and you know, like a dark you know, you know, I mean, just this dark.
Never heard him say anything.
Yeah, I mean, you know, well, you know, obviously they've had issues against each other in this campaign, and that you can't help that. That's going to happen. But you know, thank you very much. I appreciate the call. Very nice call. It's the Rich Gilgallon Show. First name, please. Hi, Doug. How are you, bud? Dougie Hassett, trying to get one more vote out of the day. Way to go, brother. I'm surprised other candidates haven't called here the last day. By the way, let me just put this word out. If you're a candidate and you want to make one more plea on election day, feel free to call the show tomorrow. Why not? Dougie, I'm glad you called. Doug Hassett, one of my candidates for city council in La Quinta. And I know you've had quite the experience, win, lose, or draw, haven't you?
I've had the best experience in my life. I mean, just telling I was just selling or something in Washington, and I was telling that barring my marriage with my wonderful wife and having my beautiful daughters, this experience of running a campaign and being a candidate is the best thing I've ever done. And I really want to thank you for your encouragement and your support, not just for me, but for all the candidates that you've supported and encouraged along the way. And you've done a fantastic job.
Oh, Dougie, pshaw, brother, pshaw. I'm just you know, I admire people that put their name on a ballot. It's a very dicey deal when you do it, and you've done a great job. And I'll tell you, it would shake up the city of La Quinta tomorrow. I'll tell you that right now. So yeah. I wish you a lot of luck. I wish you a lot of luck, brother. You're good. Doug Hassett is a good man. If you're in La Quinta, and you know, consider giving him a vote. I know him very, very well, and I know that he is a good man. And that's all that you can ask for today. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks so much, Rich. You have a great day. Thank you very, very much.
All right, brother. All right, thanks for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow for Election Central. Thank you all for tuning in by way of radio, and for the many people today who took advantage of the video blog. I'm grateful. I appreciate you. I'll be back until then. Do me a favor, take it one day at a time, right here on Newstalk 920 KPSI in Palm Springs. God bless you. God bless Dr. Robert Renz, and God bless these United States of America. See you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.